and this is the first video in my new series called Ticket to Rome. In these videos, I hope to show you how you can get the most out of your travel experience. We're going to get a car and rent an apartment or condo for short term and see the world on our own terms. Today we're in sur la Sorgue, which is a beautiful, quaint, small town in southern France. It's a great home base for seeing the rest of Provence. I hope you enjoy these videos and find them useful. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Provence. Just the word brings to mind rolling vineyards and steep hill towns. And battle arenas. Not too far from sunny cafes. It's a place where artists chase the light. And a tourist can take all day to get somewhere. In Provence, an ancient stone abbey is only a few hours away from warm Mediterranean beaches. You can watch a potter work, then learn something new in an olive oil museum. And it's all within your reach. So let's see how we get here. From the Gare de Lyon train station, we take a high-speed train to Avignon. And I mean high speed. The trip took about 2.5 hours. Mara, with the Enterprise rental car, was waiting for us. She gives us the keys to our car, and we're off. We arrive at sur la Sorgue about an hour later and park. Not far from where these old French guys play bull every day. We meet Bryce at our apartment, and we're pleased. It has everything we need, including the flexibility you can't get from a hotel. For a more detailed look at how we got here, see my video called Getting from Paris to Provence. Bryce shows us how to work the TV and the stove, and when he's gone, we move in. After a long day of traveling, we're beat, but we're dying to see our town. We'll call this place home for the next 18 days. Tomorrow, or maybe the next day, or maybe the next day after that, we'll head out and begin exploring the region. We'll see Bonheur, Roussillon, Gourd, and Lacoste. By the way, you can see those videos on my website or on YouTube. But tonight, we're just going to relax. The next morning, I'm on a mission. When I get to a new town, I like to get into a routine. As a writer, a big part of that routine is finding a comfortable place to work. A place that will get my creative juices flowing. For me, that place is Café de France. I enjoy getting to know the staff. That's Nina. And here's Ben trying to get out of the camera shot. There was also Etienne and Michael. It was usually a very quiet place to work, but if not, I just went upstairs, where the wallpaper had a Toulouse-Lautrec feel to it, opposite these 1930 gangster mannequins. Perhaps the best thing about my cafe was the neat old church right across the street. I loved it when the bells went off.
Pendant la Deuxième Guerre mondiale, il y avait une partie des résistants qui un petit refuge, après aussi changer d'histoire, hein, plus de 100 ans d'histoire ici.
I did my best to translate what Ben said. Anyway, I'll never forget the time I spent at Café de France. It was perfect. Now that we have an apartment, we have a fridge to fill. The French love to go to specialty stores, and that means getting their bread from the boulangerie, their cheese at the fromagerie, and their wine at the vannerie. Well, I just made that up. These neighborhood stores are common and convenient. But there are also large superstores, usually a ways out of town. There's always plenty of parking, which you can't say about town. And you can fill up with gas. And get a car wash. And if you're getting gas, the pumps look like this. Put your card in here. The machine will automatically read that it's a foreign card and give you instructions in English. By the way, I looked all over in the car for that little latch that opens the panel so you can unscrew the gas cap, and there wasn't one. It opened with the finger on the outside, so be aware of that. While you have your car, get the heavy stuff, like juice. And milk. Remember that milk can be left unrefrigerated until it's opened. You also find eggs unrefrigerated in the store. Don't be alarmed, EU farmers are required to vaccinate their chickens for salmonella. Checkout is about the same as it is in the US, unless you find one of these machines at the end of the line. If so, just put in the money and it'll give you your change. But there's another great way to do your shopping, and that's at the local street market. It's impossible to run out of things to see here. This is the place to be bold. Smell the spice. Take in the lavender. Buy something just because you don't know what it is. You'll find the freshest fruits and the best selection of olives you've ever seen. And of course, there'll be a guy selling the stinkiest cheese. When you've had it, take a break at one of the many cafes. Then get going again. There's a lot to see. Hey, this is Provence. Nougat is very popular in France, although this young man seems to be having a little difficulty with the scale.
Combien? 7.
7.
And 50 cents prison for you. Vous voulez un sac? Un bag?
Oui, j'ai... This Spanish paella is made with fresh seafood. You've got to try it. Unlike the hill towns that we're going to explore, sur la Sorgue is flat. If being in a level place is important to you, sur la Sorgue will make an excellent home base for exploring Provence. And did you say you wanted a little gadget that makes curlies out of your vegetables? This guy is definitely passionate about his product. You'll find a bit of everything at the market. Oh, there's another food vendor, and I can't resist. Don't mind if I do take one of those. Hey, how about two? €5? What a deal. Back at the apartment, we take stock. We bought olives, nougat, cheese, paella, and a chestnut spread. We cut a baguette, and while I load on the meatballs, Sharon makes a salad. Now that's what I call a lunch. Boule is a game that's been around for years and enjoyed by the older generation. With 2 players on a team, the first one's task is to get his ball to land as close to the marker as possible, while the second guy tries to knock away the balls of the other team. Just like that. So on a good team, you have a guy with touch and finesse, and you have a basher.
Next year. Yeah.
Nice shot. Besides finding the right cafe, I also like to sign up at the local gym. I usually do a little research to make sure the town is big enough to have a gym before I make it my home base. This gym was small, but it did the job. I arrive and meet Stefan, the owner. I explain that I'd like to buy a 2-week pass.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Oui, ça va, ça va.
Je serai ici comme touriste plus ou moins de 2 semaines. Je me demandais si c'est possible de faire l'entraînement ici.
Oui, c'est possible.
C'est possible?
Un mois?
2 semaines.
2 semaines, 10 €.
10 €
La semaine.
la semaine.
Il ne faut pas oublier les chaussons,
Ah, chaussons et une...
une grande serviette.
Oui.
Voilà, c'est bon. À bientôt, au plaisir.
Sometimes you get a good price like that, other times you have to pay by the day and it's more expensive. By the way, voila is a great word to know in French. It has a lot of meanings like, there you go, it's a done deal, that settles it.
Voilà.
2 crêpes, s'il vous plaît. Ah, ben voilà.
Voilà.
Et voilà.
Voila! sur la Sorgue is a hotspot for antiquers. On the weekends, folks from larger coastal cities migrate to Sorgue in droves to spend their days combing through the quaint little shops. Some of the items are definitely antiques, like this old motorized bike. But others not so much, unless Indiana Jones has been in town. Located in the main square of sur la Sorgue is a beautiful church known as Notre Dame des Anges, or Our Lady of the Angels. It was built in the 13th century. Notre Dame des Anges is known for its lavish sculptures and paintings, making it one of the most ornate interiors in the region. In fact, there are 222 angel statues meant to accompany Mary to heaven. And from this side door, I can see my cafe. I should probably go write a chapter. Like most towns in Provence, the roads in sur la Sorgue are narrow. A repair like this requires blocking off the whole road. In these cramped quarters, it takes ingenuity to get the job done. I was bumming around the streets of sur la Sorgue with my camera when I ran into my friend from the bull game. I asked him if he won. He said he did. Then I asked him if he was the best player in the world, and this was his answer.
But not in the world.
Not in the world.
In the town. No, I'm old. I have 83 years.
83.
Yeah.
83. That's good. That's good. And you ride the bike. Vous allez en vélo? Non.
Tout le temps.
Vélo? No.
Ouais, vélo.
Vélo.
Bicycle.
Bicycle. Right.
That's him right there. Maybe he is the best. This roundabout is the beginning of your visit to Partage des Eaux. Or in English, the parting of the waters. Now you can drive, or it's about a 45-minute walk. As the Sorgue River approaches sur la Sorgue, it splits into two rivers. The left fork continues on to sur la Sorgue, while the right fork goes on to other towns. It's a great place to come for a picnic, or just to watch the river. There's plenty of free parking. And don't forget to bring bread for the ducks. Of course, wherever there is France, there's a cafe. And this ice cream is going to be a hot seller in the summer, especially with flavors like strawberry, pineapple, and gingerbread. When you're ready to go back, just look for this sign. Don't underestimate these speed bump signs. You'll hit hard if you're going too fast. And watch the pedestrian signs. You have a car, and you want to return it without an incident. In town, the river will split again. Both streams circle the town of sur la Sorgue and then join back together on its way out, giving the town its name, Island on the Sorgue. The two rivers give sur la Sorgue a lot of riverfront property, making a night of dinner on the river a memorable event. It's just a fact. It's fun to go to a French cafe. And they are all unique in some way. Like this one with these very interesting tabletops. They're beautiful enough to hang on the wall. By the way, when the menu says formula, think of it as a combo meal. It means it's combined with other items, including a drink. We decide to eat at Peas Eric, and no, that's not a typo. I guess I like the way he employed the new technology. Yum. In fact, it was so good, I ordered a panini to go. And you know what they say about French waiters being rude? Well, forget about it. I've only had awesome experiences with waiters in France. Even this lady, who was kind enough to let me film and learn how to make crepes in the process.
C'est dommage, vous n'avez pas l'odeur.
Ah oui?
The smell. In your video.
Ah non, on ne peut pas, hein?
Ouais, c'est dommage.
C'est dommage.
C'est le meilleur, c'est l'odeur.
These are the kind of great people you'll meet when traveling Provence. Notwithstanding the great cafes in sur la Sorgue, more often than not, we fix something in the apartment, like this omelet. And salad. It's easy on the budget and the waistline. The best time to see sur la Sorgue might be at night. On warm evenings, it's a pleasant place to stroll. And you get to see things like these water wheels, which were constructed in the 16th and 17th century to help manage the town's growing wool and silk industries. At the height of production, there were 62 wheels in use. Today, there are less than 20, and they're just for show. It's hard to believe that our time in Provence is coming to a close. We spent almost 3 weeks. We'll drive the car back to Avignon, drop it off, taxi to the Gare, and take the train back to Paris, where we'll spend 3 days sightseeing. On our last night in sur la Sorgue, we had dinner at Restaurant Bellevue. It was on the water, of course. I had pasta carbonara, while Sharon had 3 cheese gnocchi. And we had a chance to reminisce about our night on the Riviera and the quaint hill towns and the people we met. I know I'll be back. And now you've seen this video, you know how to get here. We'll see you next time in Provence.
I just picked up one of my favorite things in the world, a pain au chocolat, and I'm going to eat it right now.
Et je me demandais si...
Les touristes, ils ne sont pas les bienvenus ici. Les touristes, ici, on n'en veut pas. C'est que... Oh, voilà. C'est pour la BBC. Oh, c'est belle cage pour aussi. Elle a les nerfs qu'il a, la pauvre. Cette cage. Les nerfs qu'il a. C'est mon cousin Germain. Les cousins de cage.